Hey fellow YouTubers, how you doing today? I'm listening to some classical music, and it got me thinking about the class war. Now I know a lot of people don't want to talk about the class war because, number one, if the class war benefits them, or the government benefits them, or society benefits them, they don't want to talk about the class war because it's benefiting them. It's making them feel good, it's making them have resources that they might not otherwise have. After all, if the state is rewarding you, are you going to speak out against the state? No. You might be saying, well, what does the state have to do with class wars? Well, for example, public education. If you notice, for example, liberal Democrats never send their kids to public schools. Most bureaucrats and politicians never send their kids to public schools. Public schools are for the slaves. They're for the plebes. What they do, of course, is they send their children to private school. However, they continue to say that we need to pay more taxes to fund public school, which, of course, none of that money really ever helps the students. It just pours forth more propaganda and pays teacher pensions. If you look at, let's look at the prison industrial complex, for example. Most of the people in prison are poor people, and their experience with the class war has been the mentality, the psychology of the state saying, obey the rules or we punish you. Whereas if you're upper class, the state says obey the rules and we reward you. This in of itself is going to create conflict, because the poor person is going to be like, wait a minute, I'm following all the rules and I'm not getting rewarded. And the minute the poor person says something about that, the people in the upper class who work for the state, who are getting the rewards, are going to say, pipe down, you're a criminal. Now, if you think about the class war in those terms, it's really easy to see how the government benefits from the class war. Now you might also say, well, how does the state, how does the society perpetuate the class war? Well, for example, when somebody like Obama tries to accentuate the class war by claiming that one group of people is stealing from another group of people, the majority of the people don't sit there and say, wait a minute, what's really going on? Most of them simply look at the people who are being accused of theft and they say, hey, give us what's ours. Meanwhile, the people who are being accused of stealing from the poor are saying, whoa, wait a minute, we earned all this. Which, may or may not be true. It's kind of hard for me to say that somebody working for the state earned what they have. Typically, no. They work for a criminal government who basically steals from people. I mean, after all, if you don't pay your taxes, you end up in prison or dead in many cases. Google it, you'll see. Add to that, media. You have television perpetuating various stereotypes. They say normal is, your parents buying you a car, you getting a great six-figure income right out of high school, unless you go to college, and then after college you still get a six-figure income. It perpetuates the mythology that the state is your friend, is your buddy. It perpetuates certain aspects of the world that really aren't normal. Look at any TV show geared towards teens. look at CWTV, for example, is a great example of this. All the teenagers, they all have their own cars, they're all making 5-figure incomes, they're all drinking and partying like there's no tomorrow, and the state wants to tell you that this is normal. They perpetuate the myth, because after all, the way you propagandize to the people is through media. You have the government constructing the society through media, so that if somebody doesn't fit with what is supposedly the norm via the media, they're obviously an outcast, they're obviously a bad person. Now, I want to also point out that, for example, the government likes to say that it helps the lower classes. It does not. It does not. I speak from experience on this. I mean, if the government was there to help me, I wouldn't have teeth missing. You know, why should I be ashamed of it? I mean, seriously, why should I be ashamed of it? I want dental care. I would love to pay for dental care. I can't get a job because unemployment numbers are through the roof. Obama and all the presidents before him keep shipping jobs overseas, keep raising taxes on the people who would hire me. Yet at the same time, they tell me that there's nothing they can do to help. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. But this, of course, is your government in action, and this is, of course, perpetuating the class war. Because what the government will then tell the wealthy people is that because I have bad teeth, that I'm a criminal, or that I'm uneducated, or whatever. It helps make it so that the upper classes won't even hear my concerns. And basically, you know, that's one aspect of the class war that I really wanted to express. Because, you know, a lot of people ask me, they say, Nick, why don't you love your government? Well, because, yeah, even though I'm lower class, I do know the truth of what's going on. And because of that, a lot of the people who are upper class fight with me simply because they don't want to see the truth. They don't want to see reality. I mean, if somebody's benefiting from a system that's corrupt, they don't want to change the system, no matter how corrupt it is, because it's benefiting them. Now you might say, well, Nick, if you were a millionaire, I'm sure you'd be singing a different tune. Probably not, no. Because, number one, I see the world as it is, not how others want me to see it. And that's the reality of the situation. See, I'm one of the lower class that can actually think. And I know I'm probably going to get a lot of, you know, trash talk simply because I'm missing teeth. But, you know what? That's fine. Because I don't expect everybody who watches my video to be educated or intelligent. I don't expect them to know everything that I know. But, of course, you know, having missing teeth, that is one aspect of, you know, why a lot of people don't think I have credibility. They're like, oh, he has teeth missing. Which, of course, is another social norm. Because, after all, you know, beauty and looks equal intelligence, right? I mean, after all, you know, the Victoria's Secret models, every gosh darn one of them has a PhD in astrophysics and other, you know, other similar backgrounds, right? They all have PhDs, and it's because they're good looking, right? It's you know, anybody good looking automatically is intelligent, right? Right. Anyway, I'm sure this video will also be taken out of context, whatever. Now, in regards to my teeth, though, I did have one girl who claimed, well, she claims to be a woman, but she claims to be upper class, claiming she was going to help, but, you know, she never really, you know, she was never talking the talk, walking the talk. You know, and that's the thing of it. If you want to help me in some way, great. But don't sit there and demand that I trust you implicitly when I don't even know who you are. You know, that's the reality of it. You know, then that's how I am with my government. You know, my government says something, I don't buy it. I have to verify. I have to see, well, you know, why are they saying this? What are they doing? What's going on here? And 9 times out of 10, when my government says one thing, it's doing another. And that's why I don't love my government. So, with that said, I know it's been a long video. If you're a new viewer, thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe. If you're a subscriber, thank you for watching. And with that said, have a great day.